Today on the LA Food Podcast, I'm your host Luca fresh off of working on my excuses to avoid Oscars parties this weekend. So far, the best ones I've come up with are I'm stuck in line at Courage Bagels and I need emergency dental surgery after having dinner at Mother Wolf. Thoughts? Unlike the Oscars, today's episode is a guaranteed good time, dear listener. It's the first ever crossover podcast in LA Food Podcast history. I joined Pie to Pie, the Pizza Makers podcast brought to us by the hilarious and multi-talented Alex Koons of Hot Tongue Pizza in Silver Lake. Alex and his team are making some truly excellent pizza, and I actually have no idea how he finds the time to also make a pretty fantastic podcast. As you might imagine, we talk pizza, dough, and what it's been like to start his own shop after many years of making pizza for other people. We also, however, go pretty deep into topics like influencers, food media lists, and how you re-enter the world of meat eating after being vegan for a long time. We talk Little Caesars, music, best breakfast burritos, and lots more. I had a blast talking to Alex, and I highly encourage you to go check out Hot Tongue and Pie to Pie for that matter whenever you get a chance. So get hot and ready, dear listener, because without further ado, it's time to chow down. Speaking of hot and ready, have you ever really thought about that slogan?
Hot and ready.
It seems like the bare minimum, right?
Well, that's what you're paying for, the bare minimum.
You're paying for
$5.99.
Yeah.
It's a hot and ready edible item.
Yeah, but like ready seems like the bare minimum. Like if you get somewhere it's like not even ready, then they can't charge you $5.99 for it even.
No. If it's just hot.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at least you're paying for the energy there.
Yeah. Well, they're making money somehow with those.
Oh, they're making tons of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time you had a hot and ready?
I did the pizza. I did my pizza journey in 2021.
Yeah.
And Hot Tongue was not yet open yet, but Purgatory was. And we did sort of like a video that year where we compared all of the chain pizzas and ranked them.
Yeah.
Blind taste tested them.
Yeah.
And so that's the last time I had it. So 2021, I had a hot and ready, and it was neither hot nor ready by the time we had it because filming,
Yeah. I know the camera always eats first, right?
Camera always eats first, and we had to like inspect it, and so there were some logistical issues.
I feel like if you're not eating it right away, you basically have lost $5.99.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what Domino's is now. It's like a tech company, right? Where like they've just figured out how to get you the pizza hot and at the right time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm a strong believer, and there's a time and a place for all of those pizzas. And that.
What's the time and a place for a hot and ready?
Well, say a time and a place for a hot and ready is you're on tour with a band, or you're a late night and there's nowhere else to eat, and you fucking either you're hungover or you need some kind of nourishment, and that hot and ready is going to taste pretty good, and it's going to be pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, you don't have that much money and you want some pizza.
Yeah, that's also a good one. Yeah,
7-Eleven
also hits a spot, surprisingly, for that one.
You know who else has pizza? Wawa has pizza.
I've never been to a Wawa.
Oh, well, you're missing out.
Are you from the East Coast?
My wife is, and she has shown me the gold of what's in a Wawa sandwich.
What is it? Is it like an Italian sandwich?
They have a lot of sandwiches, but really it's like an elevated 7-Eleven. That's how I would explain it.
Okay.
You gotta go, when you go over there, I'm sure I'll see a video of a Wawa sandwich.
A Wawa review.
I know you're a sandwich guy.
I am. I love sandwiches.
Let me ask a question to get us on track here. Have
we started?
When did you start?
What, you just lure people into podcasting?
That's pretty much how it works.
You don't even go like
we've started.
Oh wow.
We're 5 minutes in. When did you start making videos of like food content?
Well, 2021, that's when I started with pizza. And it was really just because I wanted to eat pizza. Yeah. Like I love pizza, and it was the pandemic and things were dark, and I basically just wanted to find a way to eat more pizza. So I literally put it in my New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna eat 100 pizzas this year. And I wasn't even gonna post it on Instagram, but my wife said, if you're gonna do this, you gotta at least post it on Instagram to make sure you're not just like eating pizza alone in a dark room. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But that's when I started. But back then, I wasn't even making videos. I was just posting pictures and writing long captions.
As the LA countdown, though.
Back then it was actually called the LA Pizza Countdown.
Okay.
I was very specialized.
Niche. I like
very
it.
specialized. Yeah.
So it did LA Pizza Countdown that started officially in 2021.
Started in 2021, and I would post videos to like stories of me eating the pizza and offering takes, but it was like the Blair Witch Project of what I do now, basically.
Yeah.
Are
you just saying because it was scary, or you couldn't, you had Parkinson's, or?
Yeah, both of those things. Like the camera work was shoddy. Some videos were just of the floor, like accidentally, and some of them were inexplicably in black and white, like that kind of thing. Yeah. And then, but if you looked at my grid, it was all just pictures. Videos, really only started with tacos in 2022 when I realized I was gonna have to switch up foods. Yeah, sadly.
So you did pizzas, tacos, and you did in 2023. You did sandwiches, right?
Sandwiches. I just got done with sandwiches. Do you guys have sandwiches here?
We did. We had one sandwich. We had an eggplant sub. Actually, somebody was like, "Yo, you should try Hot Tongue's eggplant sub," but it is long gone. When it comes back, I'll let you know.
Please. Why did it leave?
We made our own bread, and then breading, cutting, slicing, and fucking breading, baking, and frying the eggplant just for the sandwich, was a pain in the ass. Yeah. And it was, we also started off when we opened, we were doing bagels too, and it was kind of like a similar thing where it's we were doing bagels every Saturday. We were doing the sandwiches every Tuesday. Some days we'd sell out, and some days we'd sell one, and it was just so much fucking work.
Were you using the same dough for bagels and pizza?
No. So the bagels, we were making gluten-free fucking bagels, which was an insane process. Yeah. And then I had marinated tofu to make this breakfast sandwich, and it was bomb. Matt had it a couple times.
Sounds delicious.
It was good. But if the eggplant sub goes back on the sandwich, I'm going to personally call you and say, listen, I better see you on Tuesday.
Making a video.
Yes. Yeah. I want the video.
Oh, you just got to be ready for the heat of the rating, because with sandwiches, I actually do provide a rating. Although I feel kind of bad about that now, because I don't know if you recently saw, but Rick Locks went over to Le Sorted's.
I saw that. And he got shit on by LOL Cesars.
Yeah, LOL Cesars did not like that.
David, don't fucking come for David's boys, dude.
Dude, he's like the godfather of LA pizza. Literally. Meaning
he's the fucking godfather. Yeah, he'll take, he knows people.
And I don't mean that in a way I've heard other pizza makers be referred to as the godfathers. Yeah. Like Daniele Uditi.
You're just basically talking, he's a mobster.
No, he will fuck you up. That's what I mean.
He will come for you digitally on Instagram.
He's more like the Luca Brasi.
Yes.
Of LA pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is David Locks? Is that his name? Is that what you just said?
Rick Locks, yeah. Well, first of all,
because I saw that video that Let's Orders posted, and then I saw the one that LOL Cesars posted. Yeah. Is he a big foodie?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy too. Yeah. He's I don't want to be speaking for the union of food influencers or something.
Well, that's why we brought you on.
Thank you. I'm representative
this is that
of the
crossover.
Union.
Yeah. I can represent all pizzerias, and you can represent the foodie influencers.
Everything I say is on behalf of all foodie influencers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ricardo Locks, as he calls himself sometimes as well. It's not his real name. It's a play on Rick Fox, the basketball player.
Nice.
But he's a really nice guy. He's really generous with his reviews usually. I don't think he really goes below a 7. Yeah. But it is clear when he likes something versus when he doesn't like something. And I think in that review it was pretty clear he didn't like something.
Yeah.
And when Lol Cesars posted that video being if I ever start assigning scores to small businesses, just take me behind the barn and fucking shoot me.
Yeah, kill me.
I really resonated with that.
Yeah.
I was like, I get that. I hate that exists. And I've done that. I've gone to sandwich places and given them reviews.
Yeah.
The thing is, I never go to a place that I know I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
Meaning I know I'm going to like it at least this much in order to be able to say something nice about it.
Yeah.
And good stuff about it. Otherwise, I'm just not going to go. The only time I have done a really bad review, the KFC Double Down.
Yo, is that with the 2 chicken patties?
Yeah.
Bro.
Did you have that?
I did not, but my friend was obsessed with that, dude.
In like an ironic way or for real?
I mean, I was like hoping it was ironic, but I think he was a roommate at the time, and like he was eating it more than like it was like funny. So
Yeah. Have you checked on him? Is he okay?
I mean, he's married now with kids, so he's doing okay. He's actually vegan now, which makes which makes a lot of sense, dude. The double down will fucking turn you vegan.
Yeah, that adds up. I think I gave that one like a 46%.
Yeah.
And that was literally just because the way I graded things was like bread, fillings, construction.
Yeah.
Didn't have bread.
Yeah.
So automatically out of the gate, it was going to get a lower score.
But it had so much vision. 2 chicken patties as a bun?
Yeah. No, creativity off the charts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like 100%.
Yeah. And you know what? Execution, KFC, fried chicken, there's definitely worse things in the world.
Yeah. You know, with the rating systems and like people rating things, it's unfortunate, but like, would you say like the public wants that? That's what people want. They want to watch the review. They want to see the number. They sometimes like things getting shit on.
100%.
Like it's all part of the drama and making these videos and going to places like, if people are following you, they're looking for like a critique, because I think this is my hot take is that people are lazy, or a lot of people are lazy or don't have time. And so like getting on and finding a trusted influencer, they can be like, oh, this guy said it was a 9.5, right? I'm going to go eat that chow mein today, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what they want. They want the number, they want the critique. And then don't you need to like level out the bad and the good so that people like trust you?
I think what we're getting at too, or what you're getting at, is like sort of like the role of what the food critic used to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, which is now the influencer.
Yeah, well, you could definitely make that argument, and I probably would, in terms of like who has the most influence.
Yeah.
And I think the person who maybe has the most influence in the food world, the biggest critic, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Like whether you like him or you hate him,
Yeah.
you can't really argue with the sort of like influence he has over the people who follow his shit.
Yes.
And like we just saw it happen with Ozzy's of Pete's.
Yeah.
You know, like great guy, putting in tons of work for years. I'm sure he's seen like an increasing trend of success over the years. But Dave Portnoy hits up a spot, says this is incredible, New Haven of Beats.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's seen things skyrocket, right?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt. I mean, like no one has talking with him and seeing what's going on. No one scales that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally, I think after the review dropped, like 6 days later, he had to buy a new oven.
That's crazy.
He doubled his employees. Like those are life-changing numbers. That doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, with the food critic, though, I think the role used to be like people have a limited amount of money to spend that are reading this paper, and they need a trusted voice to be able to go say to them, hey, this place is worth your money or this place is not worth your money.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what food critics are doing anymore. Like if you look at Bill Addison in the LA Times, or Jonathan Gold even in the LA Times, he basically only started reviewing the good places, the places they like, which is same thing, just different approach, a more positive approach.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of food influencers are trying to do the same thing. And I think I include myself in that. Like, I don't want to go to a place
to shit on
it. I'm basically like the trust I am cultivating with the people that watch my videos is that if I'm even going to a place, it's because I think you should be paying attention to it.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need a mix of the good and the bad. I think where you can earn that trust is if you're not going to a place, or if you don't like something at a place and you can sort of like say why, or like give some constructive criticism or something like that. But you don't have to just be like all flowers and rainbows and sunshine all the time.
Yeah.
But you also, it's not, I don't know. I feel like there's so much negativity on the internet already. Like, what good is it going to do?
Well, it attracts people.
Well, yeah. And you bring up the point of, do you feel like people need the lists and the rankings? That is 100% true. The videos that always do the best are the lists, are the rankings, are the ones with the scores. But they don't do the best because like people just want to see what you ranked them. It's because it's an invitation for the people to like actually come in and have conversations themselves. Meaning, if you look at the comments of some of the most popular videos, it's like a cesspool of just like insults and like I was called hard of tasting by one guy, you know, just like who like was just like, this guy has absolutely no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's what they get on there to do. And that's why I think the lists are more popular, because it gives people an opportunity to come in and give their opinion.
Well, yeah, it's clickbait, essentially. Yeah. I mean, a lot of those lists, especially in Los Angeles, they don't change. And if they do, it just gets cycled again with maybe 1 or 2 new pizzerias, and somebody gets taken off, and then they come back 6 months later.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a pretty good job. I think like a little bit of like what you do is you kind of shit. Well, you don't shit on lists. I just like to swear, but you kind of like, you'll take a list and be like, hey, great list, guys, but you missed these people, like, which I think is really fun, engaging for your audience. And it kind of like separates a little bit of what you're doing against maybe like what Bill Addison's doing or like Eater's doing, you know what I mean? Like was that kind of like a thought out thing for you to do? Because you definitely like, it is a little edgy to be like, wow, cool list, bro. But you know,
I mean, honestly, I think that came from a place of being frustrated myself with what you just said. Like all the lists are the same thing over and over again. And I constantly saw, and I think it started with pizza, and I constantly saw some places I really love getting left out, and it feels like they never got a chance to get in.
Yeah.
One place that comes to mind, which I feel like gets left off of every list almost, is Gras in Echo Park.
Yeah.
I've always thought they had like one of the best like sourdough wood-fired pies in the city.
Yeah.
Really creative with ingredients, like very like seasonally driven. Like their other dishes are fantastic as well that they have on the menu. And for some reason, they're always left off lists, to the point where I'm like, what did they do to you? Like did you have some personal vendetta against them or something?
Yeah.
And I think it's like making those videos started from a place of being like, hey, okay, this is a list, a lot of like very deserving places on this list, but like how, like, I just want to give shout out to other places as well, because I do genuinely think, like what you were saying, a lot of consumers look at these lists and treat them as Bible. They never go outside of it.
They do.
Like they're just like, I need to go to like a place that's been like verified by Eater or The Infatuation or Time Out LA, you know, or something like that.
Like the conversation of influence is like so interesting to me, because whether it's an Eater article or somebody coming in and blowing your spot up, it's like, when does it stop being about the food? You know what I mean? Because it's like, you were talking about Gras, which is incredible pizza, like should be on all those lists. But what is it about that place that like, why isn't that place on there? And I'm not going to name any names, but so-and-so is on there, and I've had their pizza, and it's not that great. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, or getting a great review, somebody coming in and with like 350,000 followers and saying this is the best thing they've ever had.
I think there's always more at play. Literally, I've been told by a reporter that one of the things they do to make their lists is some element of affirmative action, meaning like if they're making a list of 20 sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
And there's 4 Italian sandwiches that maybe deserve to be in the conversation, they'll do like 2 of them, right? And they'll leave space for, let's say, a vegan sandwich place, because there's no other vegan sandwich space on the spot. So they're looking to create a diverse list. And I feel like that's what happens a lot of time with pizzas. So for example, I've been shocked, right, to see some pizzas included at the expense of others.
Yeah.
But what I think is happening in those situations sometimes is that reporter is trying to do a little bit of their own quote unquote affirmative action, meaning like, okay, Gras could be on this list. It's amazing pizza, but I already have like 2 sourdough pies on here, 3 wood-fired pies. The layperson looking at this list is just going to be like, this is all the same pizza over and over again. So I'm going to include like a Domino's ripoff in Koreatown, not naming any names.
Yeah.
But like, that's what I'm going to include, because it's a little different.
Yeah. So essentially these lists are bullshit.
A lot of them are.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's also like even being like, oh, we put Cosa Buena on it. And that's that's only half a mile down the road. So now we can't put grog.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just tough, like being in the restaurant industry and like seeing all these lists come out and like, and not being a part of it and like being like, you know what, it's okay. Like, I don't want to be on I don't need to be on the list, but you do want to be on that list. It does have influence. Like people, like the layman person gets emails from Yelp or from Eater and infatuation with these lists. And they're like, oh, I've never heard of this place. They just got 17 on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like what it can do for a restaurant is important, especially in like this climate. But it's hard not to be hardened and get a little spiteful and be like, these lists are fucking garbage.
Have you been included on any lists?
No.
None.
Never. Not in Purgatory and not here. I've got like some like great, good vegan restaurants. I think we really got pigeonholed. We obviously have meat and dairy now, but I think like, you know, even on like a list you made, you're like, well, you got to eat your veggies. It's kind of like it was just like, it wasn't about pizza. It's always been about like, oh, they were vegan, but it's like the way these things are judged too. I feel like I eat a lot of pizza, right? And what do you judge pizza on? I judge it on like a dough profile, you know, like your crumb structure, like how good it is when you get to that final bite and it's just the crust and there's nothing on it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I personally feel, and obviously I'm biased, but I feel like I'm easily top 5 if you want to go toe to toe with bread baking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like what we do in the back there with our dough program is it's like light years ahead. But because I think we opened up 100% vegan, it really did like, and as somebody like coming in here to try it, it's easy too. You think like writers or people, it's probably just like, oh, we got a vegan. Yeah. We got the token vegan. We can put this on the list, you know, and call it a day.
And I think there's an element of that, but I also think there's an element of them knowing what consumers are, or thinking they know what consumers are going to think when they walk in too, right? Like, like a consumer, most consumers are not pizza heads. They just like know like what they've known their whole life, which is like, we're going to get a cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, call it a day, right?
Yes, 100%.
And so I feel like you're right. There is an element of like laziness in just pigeonholing a pizzeria like Hot Tongue or Purgatory as like a vegan pizzeria. I think they're probably just trying to, you know, differentiate it and to almost like fire a warning shot, if you will, to the customers, because that is like something that they will expect.
Yeah, no, it's 100%.
But I feel like the way, and this is what I think is even more valuable than lists, and what I try to do when I go and look for places, is I try to look at what other people in the industry are saying about other people's products, and who are the ones that are sort of like most like beloved by people who actually know what they're talking about, who aren't just the people who are like, you know, reporting on it or making videos on it for a living or for fun. Yeah. And so like, you know, when you say I'm one of the top 5 in terms of bread, like, you know, I think a lot of people might hear that and be like, of course, he's just backing himself, right? He just like believes in his product and whatnot. But based on what I've seen, based on following on every like pizza maker in Los Angeles and how much they respect you and your program and whatnot, I think, you know, I have reason to believe that, right? Yeah. Because I know that you're respected in the industry. I know that Purgatory is respected. I mean, the amount of times that like I've talked to pizza makers and they're like, but have you been to Purgatory? But have you been to Hot Tongue? People that I respect, like Nick Camacho at Lucky Nick's and whatnot. So like, that's, I think, a better way if you're an interested consumer to actually, and have the time to do your research. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that time.
No, I mean, and we're talking about like, because you're a foodie, obviously.
I mean, I resent that label, but yes.
Yeah, it's like being called a hipster.
Yeah, exactly.
But not, you know, and other people would call themselves foodies, but they just like, you know, like I think about food. Like my favorite thing to do is go out into a restaurant, sit down, order, like enjoy the whole experience. You know, I went to Donna's, or like, have you been to Donna's in Echo Park?
No, I'm meaning to.
I think you'll love it.
Yeah, you liked it?
It was like one of my wife's. It's like very East Coast. It was just like it was a treat. Like the whole experience was great. But like that's what I love. Like walking in the doors. I've never been in the space. You sit down, the cutlery, like you can hear the kitchen. Your waiter or waitress is super nice. Like that's the experience. Like you love that. It's a special time out. Everyone likes doing that, you know?
Yeah.
But there's certain people, probably like myself, because you know like what goes into building a fucking restaurant, that like I enjoy every single aspect, down to like the napkin that's on the table, you know. But the layman person, like it could be that list, or it could be the Hungry in LA. Yeah. And they just go and they try everything that Hungry in LA tries. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's easy and it's trusted.
Well, it's also, I feel like a lot of people don't give that many shits about it. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so they're just like, part of it is they just want to do what's cool. And so like, you know, if they see a list like The Infatuation, and the list is called like the 15 coolest restaurants in Los Angeles. Yeah. Some people are just doing that, right? Yeah. They're gonna be like that. They're gonna be at Elefante every Friday night because that's on that list of coolest restaurants, right? Yeah. So, and I think that's always gonna exist. So it's almost like, how do you like get in at the ground level? Meaning like how can you sort of like start to, I don't know, like spread a wider awareness within like consumers and diners to be looking for that other kind of stuff. And that's what I aim to do a little bit with my content, where I'm like, don't just go based on like the hot sandwich, right? There's a lot of like hyped up sandwiches out there that I think have just been on like lists or influencers that are super Instagrammable. Their branding is great, you know, like they're kind of like cool hot girl sandwiches, like that kind of thing. And I
like that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a hot girl sandwich. All about a hot girl sandwich if it tastes good, you know? But like, that's why I'm like, okay, why do I like this sandwich? Let's talk about like the bread. Let's talk about the fillings, the creativity. Let's talk about if it's derivative, I'll mention that. If it's unique, I'll mention that. So I do think there's a little bit more work that needs to be done. Unfortunately, if you look at my videos, those are probably the videos that do the worst, you know? Yeah. The ones where you actually go into like detail. And so I don't really know how to solve for that.
Do you have like a process now on like how long you want the video to be, like what you mention, and like have you cleaned that up throughout that, like your journey in all of these videos? Like do you have that plan?
I tried, but I found that the more formulaic your content becomes, the less well it does. Okay. It might do really well one time, but then it'll like completely stall out. And I genuinely think it's because the algorithm just wants you to keep like innovating and wants you to keep trying new things. Yeah. So I always try to like say certain things, right? But it's changed from food to food. Like this year I'm doing noodles, and like with sandwiches, a lot of sandwiches are apples to apples, but noodles are not. There's noodles from all types of different cultures. Yeah. And, you know, and also I'm not an expert on any of those cultures. And frankly, when I did tacos in 2022, I got a lot of resistance to that. You know, this white guy coming in and telling people what tacos are good or bad, right? Yeah. And so I didn't want to do the same thing with noodles. So this year my approach is different, where yes, I talk about the dish, but I more so try to talk about like the history of the dish. I'm almost trying to make it more like an Alton Brown approach, right? Where it's like, hey, we're trying to learn something together. Yeah. Like I'm not teaching you something. You're not necessarily here to learn from me, but because I'm eating this dish, I want to know where it's from. I want to know how it's made. I want to know what type of noodles are, how the noodles are made. So, and depending on what I find most interesting, that's what I lean into. Yeah. If the noodles have a really cool story, I tell that. If the noodles are made in a really interesting way, I lean into the making of the noodles. If it's more about the surrounding cast of the foods, we lean into that as well. Yeah. Or the story of the restaurateur, right? So I kind of basically just like, it's about storytelling at the end of the day. Yeah. And I think that's a great gateway for people to get into food.
It's nice too, because it's a different angle. You know, you're not just like There's other people do other things, you're learning, we're learning.
Yeah, and that's the goal is also to be a little different, and also to get away from. It's so easy to fall into the whole like ratings, lists, clickbait cycle.
Yeah.
And I still do some of that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I do want to consciously do things that are different too.
Yeah.
Like for example, I've just launched this series called The Unlistables, which is literally all about like finding spots that have never been included on lists for whatever reason. Maybe they're just under the radar, or they're brand new, or they've just been deemed uncool, like we were talking about, and therefore can't be on the lists. And just making videos about those places, and basically like in a sort of tongue-in-cheek way saying what lists these restaurants could very well be on. And I feel like that's something I want to do more of, like that kind of thing.
That's like more positive clickbaity stuff instead of just like ripping a fucking restaurant open, like it's a positive way to get clicks.
Yeah. And also like people have to be more fucking critical, and sort of like they have to ask questions about the content they're looking at. For example, like last year, there was a couple like fake basically reviews that went viral, like literally content creators that went to, I think, Pajoli in Santa Monica. And he made this video about this like horrible experience he had. And then it turns out that it was all staged. Like he didn't actually go to the restaurant and have that experience. He had a very normal experience, but like played it out to be something different, and almost like put in production value to the video in order to make it more viral and clickbaity and whatnot.
Yeah.
And people just bought that at face value and were like, I'm never going to go to Pajoli. And I think that the tilt of it was like, I paid $40 for a plate of fries or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he didn't, right? But now a bunch of people just saw that video, are never going to go to Pajoli.
Yeah.
It's
that's
hard,
the world
man.
we're living in.
It's hard.
And that's also scary, because it's like you can say things or twist things, and people a lot of times don't do a lot of research. Like a video like that and what that can do to a restaurant is fucked up.
So I got to ask you, because I think like you are someone that I look at that has clearly grasped the importance of social media. Mm. Like when I look at your content, like I've said this before, but I think you guys have like the most creative content out there, like best social media game in the game in terms of like creativity of content. What is your approach to it? And what effect or impact have you seen from it?
I think the approach is always fun. I think that's what it comes down to. I think that being in the restaurant industry as long as I have, like there's so much there's content in my head that like usually most of the time the funniest ones are at the customer's expense, and just making fun of like things that you see in a pizzeria. Like it's pretty easy. Like I'm working on, like I had this idea about this idea. This might be one of the best reels I ever make, but I was telling my wife about it. I always tell her, and I can just see her. I can see her just like stop listening to me, But like I'm behind the counter. Somebody walks in and they're like, "I'm here, my son," and it's somebody like dressed up as Jesus. And he's like, "I heard your prayers. I'm here to tell the world about Hot Tongue because you've been praying for an influencer to come here." And the whole thing is like, is he an influencer? Is he Jesus, or is he a transient? Like, and then I say like, "Well, how many Instagram followers do you have?" Like nobody, like you're losing your edge, dude. No one's following you anymore. Like I need Dave Portnoy. Anyway, so there's like, like that's where these ideas come from. Or like somebody says something like Dozempic, like, "Yo, like Dozempic, it's a dobiotic." And then it's like, "Yo, let's make that a reel." Yeah. So it's just like, it's just dumb shit we're talking about in the back. Yeah. And it's fun to make.
Yeah. It's like, it sounds like an outlet for creativity as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think like you can make pizza, and pizza is an outlet for creativity, but I wouldn't have a restaurant that looked like this if I didn't give a shit about like other aspects of design, our t-shirts, even like the wine bottles that I like, they have to look a certain way. So like the Instagram, like it's all a creative outlet. I mean, like the Instagram I used to call an art project until my wife told me like, yo, like if you don't start posting food pictures, like I'm going to divorce you, you know? She didn't say that, but like, you know, that's what it's there for, I guess.
But you can do both.
Yeah, which I have done. But when we started out, like the whole thing was just, it was a grid full of crazy ass reels with people in wigs and shit doing weird stuff.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm getting back to that.
Yeah, there was one like didn't you go by like to the river for one?
Yeah, that was my chef's table one. I just watched like the Chris Bianco chef's table, and I was like, let's go make a chef's table where I use LA river water for our hydration.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised you don't actually do that.
Use LA river water?
Yeah.
Well, I think that we would probably have multiple lawsuits. We will have poisoned probably 50% of our customers.
Yeah.
I actually, during that reel, like put the water up to my mouth and it got some on my lips, and no joke, like I was sick the next day for like 8 days straight. You know, there's like 2 shit plants that like go right into the LA River.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 water treatment plants that are just flowing down the river. So
there's a lot of unofficial shit plants too.
Yes, there is. There's also, that's a good call. Yeah. So anyways, I've only taken my son swimming there like 3 or 4 times.
And that is good fatherhood.
Yes.
I got asked too about, have you seen this like show, the Chrissy and Dave dine out thing?
Oh my God. Yeah. I told you that on Instagram. Yeah. I watched the Bianco episode.
What did you think?
Well, you know what was funny? It was like my wife never wants to watch cooking shows with me. And it was like, was this show created so that I could watch this show? And then like they could be talking about Hollywood gossip over here, and then they'd cut to Chris Bianco. But I love David Chang, and Chrissy Teigen's great, but it was tough. It was forced conversation at that table. And I hate TV or entertainment that feels like really staged and set up. And like the whole thing just felt like a rouge.
I think it's really hard to make like new creative food concepts.
Yeah.
Like obviously Chef's Table has done incredible, and that whole like really that like high profile, high def documentary for food, like that was probably the last interesting innovation I think in food TV.
Yeah.
But like other than that, it's been like all the same competition shows. You know, Stanley Tucci going to Italy, just like everybody going to Italy, you know. Yeah. Some people Italy's going to Mexico. Yeah. But it's those kinds of shows over and over and over again. I mean, I'm sure a guy like you has some ideas for like better food shows.
Yeah, me and Matt are actually working on one.
How?
Where we go, it was, I don't know, it's probably going to be called Taste. I mean, it's Taste Buds, but I was thinking maybe we call it Clocking In. But we did our first episode. I mean, to me, the perfect TV show is like Better Parts Unknown with Bourdain, like his like voiceovers and like the other stuff that he would go do outside of just cooking. Like I could watch any one of his shows, you know, forever. Yeah. But then the greatest food show of all time is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
I mean,
and like that show doesn't get old to me. I could watch that shit on repeat for the whole night. You could ask my wife. Anytime I'm like at home randomly and like I have the remote, like I just automatically go to that show. I've learned more from Triple D about cooking than any other show, like because you can look around, you can kind of inspect people's kitchens and shit. But Guy Fieri is the Lord, and it's still very entertaining. I could watch Guy just eat a burger with some fucking Thousand Island just dripping down that goatee,
the hunch,
and not be disgusted.
Yeah.
But me and Matt are working on a show that like basically is me going to other pizzerias and kind of like clocking in as an employee, cleaning their mixer, doing their dough, cleaning bathrooms, and then like talking pizza while we do all of those things.
So it's like Dirty Jobs.
Yes, I said it was like Dirty Jobs meets like The Simple Life meets Triple D.
That's absolutely brilliant. I love it. Which pizzeria did you go to?
We the first shop we went to was Pie Trap in West Covina. Shout out Paul and his team. It was fucking rad.
Yeah, and do you go as yourself or do you go incognito?
No, I go with myself. I did put a Pie Trap shirt on and I was ready to work.
Yeah.
No, I go as myself, but I'm just like, yo, like I'm an employee. Tell me what you need.
Yeah, put me to work.
Yeah, I drop some shit and fuck some things up. I think I did okay. I think he said my pizza, I might make it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You might have a future
I
in this
may
thing.
have a future in pizza.
Yeah.
So.
The Triple D thing is so legit. I feel like that's the show that has held up so well over time.
I think it's still their top grossing show of all time on the Food Network.
I believe
like
that.
To this day.
Yeah. I mean, Guy Fieri is like their cash cow.
Yeah.
His new contract is like a LeBron contract.
Well, good for him. He seems like a hardworking dude.
Yeah. I feel like that guy is an amazing story of a guy who like everybody shat on for so long. And now he's just like, the pendulum's come around and now he's an American treasure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how that works. I mean, and who knows, one small move and he could be back to the shit house.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like he's got a lot of career left, but.
Who do you think has more influence, Guy Fieri or Dave Portnoy?
That's a good question. I mean, in the pizza realm, obviously Dave Portnoy, but if like Dave Portnoy went to, who knows actually, if Dave Portnoy just like started reviewing burgers, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I want Guy Fieri to have more influence? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I hope I live in a world where that's true? Yes.
Yeah.
I think that what I like about Guy Fieri is he's spent time in the kitchen. He has restaurants. He is a food person. And I respect that about him.
And he does a lot for the food industry still.
Yeah.
And just in general.
Stuff we don't even know about too,
I hear he's a really good guy, which helps.
Do you have a favorite cooking or food television show?
I do. Unfortunately, I mean, Triple D is definitely up there.
Rachel Ray?
Rachel Ray has got me. I'm a Ray head.
Nice.
No, Top Chef.
Okay.
I've just always been into Top Chef.
Yeah,
and
it's a great show.
Yeah, and I kind of treat it like sports, right? Like we watch it, we do a draft. Like,
oh damn,
we literally, we're doing like a full draft on the podcast this year too, and we do a competition. It's caused huge feuds between myself and my best friends. We treat it like it's our NBA. Basically.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I don't even consider it a food show anymore at that point. It's more so just like another sports league.
Well, it is like heavy competition.
But I've learned a lot through that one too. Like I techniques and foods from different cuisines. Like last year they did the World All-Stars. So there was chefs from all over the world coming in. Some really interesting things to learn there. But yeah, I think like the other food shows, Triple D is definitely up there. So I'm a little sick of the competition shows in general.
Yeah, what show I really liked was Hotel Hell.
I haven't seen that.
It was basically Kitchen Nightmare, but with hotels.
Interesting. Where he walks in and it's like infested.
Yeah, like the rooms are disgusting and but that's like the shitty human in me. Like you want to like see like Gordon Ramsay just come in and like fucking throw raw chicken on the floor and just be like, what is this fucking place? I always like do like a New Zealander accent. But,
but it works.
It's I don't know. There's something about that. But then like he's like the tough guy, and then he brings him, everyone starts crying and he hugs him up, and then like it's always a happy ending.
Yeah. Do you think so? I recently saw something about like, those Gordon Ramsay shows are great, but they're still incentivizing toxic kitchen culture.
Yeah. No,
you think there's anything to that?
Yeah, but 100%. Like he plays on that, but he's an entertainer. Like at this point, it was so interesting. You have so many conversations in the pizza world about Dave Portnoy, but Dave Portnoy is not a pizza reviewer. He's an entertainer. Mm-hmm. Like that's what he is. People follow him along because he's entertaining. Mm-hmm. Like his reviews are funny as fuck.
Yeah,
a lot of the time. But so is Gordon Ramsay. Like, is Gordon Ramsay like the best chef in the world? No, he's not. But he's an entertainer. It's funny to watch him. He's a funny guy.
He is. And he's got funny things he says. Yeah. The way he does it is hilarious.
And like humans like watching another human belittle somebody.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But look at any comment section. Everyone's like, oh my God.
Look at my comment section.
I can't believe you said that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, seriously. If you have 10 minutes, look at my comment section. You'll
people being like, you don't know fucking shit, bro.
Oh, dude, like personal attacks. Personal. Like, oh, well, actually, I don't know if this was an attack, actually. Somebody just said I look like Adam Sandler.
Dude, that's a compliment. That guy's a fashion icon.
Is that a compliment?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment. Don't get too many of those in the comments, so.
Are you serious? How do you deal with that?
I find it hilarious.
Really? It
And
never gets to you?
No, although I do respond. I respond, which is funny because I worked in communications for a long time. And, you know, if I ever had a client that like got shat on in comments, I would always be like, don't touch it. There's no upside to doing this. But I can't resist. And I do it. I try to respond in funny ways. I'm not like, for example, somebody was like, hey, your list is whack. And you know, I was like, I think my response is like, agreed. By the way, unrelated question. Are we still saying whack? Like that kind of thing. Like I'm just trying to like.
Wait, that's what you wrote. I was saying, yeah, whack is in, dude.
Oh, is it? Oh, are we still saying whack?
I don't know. I'm older than most, I guess. Whack is in.
You're not older than most.
No cap. No cap.
No cap. No cap is in.
Don't be capping, son.
Yeah, a lot of people say no cap in the comments too. But yeah.
So you got some young ones in there.
Oh,
the younglings.
It's either like younglings or oldlings. Very oldlings, who are like writing things in caps for no reasons.
I love writing in caps.
Yeah, but you do it for a reason.
Yeah. So it doesn't bother you at all, like getting shit on like that like, because I say it doesn't bother me either, but then like sometimes like a Yelp review or like a comment, like it just like sits right here with me all day.
Yeah, but that's...
And I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck you, Judy.
Okay.
Judy R.
Right, but Judy R is commenting on your life's work, is
Yeah.
commenting on your business, is commenting on your craft, probably.
Yeah.
I'm getting commented on how much I like the fucking tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
stakes are a little different.
Okay, you're right.
But seriously, Yelp comments get to you?
Less and less the older I get, and I think like that's what wisdom is, right? You know, you go through like you get shit on enough, like it stops bothering you. So
Yeah.
I'm much better. But yeah, when it's like a just the review makes no sense, or like it's somebody like ripping me open because of my pricing, it's like, yo, dude, this is a your problem situation. Like pricing is right there on the menu. It's on the website. You decided to pay for it, like, and now you're gonna let that guide this whole situation. You know, like the stuff that we get reviewed badly for, where it's like has nothing to do with the pizza or the service. That stuff like really, really bothers me because I find that so many people can be so entitled, and maybe it's people that have never worked in the service industry, and like you don't know how hard or your margins are. You know, just how tough it is in this industry, especially like right now in the climate that we're in. I mean, you know, like with all the restaurants that are closing in Los Angeles and everywhere else, like it's fucking tough.
It's crazy.
So when somebody like says some dumb shit and it's the first thing I see in the morning, sometimes it's hard to shake it. My wife's like, dude, you need to turn those push notifications off.
Yeah.
And she's right.
But you got Yelp push notifications?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know when it happened. And I thought I turned the Google ones off, but the fucking Google ones, I mean, granted, most of these reviews are always 5 stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're going to get 15 5 stars, and then somebody's going to give you a 2-star review.
Yeah.
And that's all you're going to see.
Yeah. And do people ever review you based on the pizza?
Yeah, most of the time it's like the 5-star ones are mostly the pizza. I mean, if you look at like if you look at our Yelp, a lot of the 1 stars would have something to do with us changing from all vegan to meat.
And they're like, fuck that.
Yeah, they're basically like
angry vegans.
They used to be good, now they're not good. But the thing is, we've only gotten better since adding cheese and meat.
Yeah.
Nothing has really no pies have changed. It's just like we did something that other people didn't like.
Yeah. Are you yourself vegan?
I was vegan for 6 years, and after the debacle of this whole situation, I decided to not be vegan anymore.
Based on?
I just thought about a lot of things. It was like without getting real deep and philosophical, like I had a lot of deep and philosophical questions about like, why am I vegan? Like, is an extreme approach to what I believe in the right way? How much stress am I putting on my life being vegan? And why I don't even like, it's weird being called vegan. It's like, I didn't know I was subscribing to all these other things, and I didn't know I was joining a religion. And that's like, when I came out of that 6 months, it felt like I was part of like this I didn't want to be part of it anymore. I didn't want to be put into a box. I just, when I sit down at a table, I just don't want anyone asking me shit. Like if I order something vegan, no one's going to be like, oh, can you eat anything here? It's like, no, like I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it was an enlightening experience to go through. I mean, there was a lot of conversations I had with friends, with Matt, with everyone
About the virtues of it.
Yeah, about everything. I mean, again, like this is just my opinion, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not talking shit on vegans. This is my journey.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just decided to, and honestly, I'm still eating majorly, like a major part of my diet is still vegan.
Yeah.
I'm eating cheese though, and I have eaten meat. So
yeah, I understand why vegans feel the need to like evangelize, because if you truly feel strongly enough for like planet-based reasons or something like that, especially if it's sustainability-based reasons, to make such a drastic change as to go vegan, then I can understand that you believe in it strongly enough to want to sort of like advocate for that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's tough because I do think there is so much emphasis put on like the personal responsibility of people to like not eat meat or to like recycle plastics in general or things like that.
Yeah.
When it's like, these are massive systemic problems like that, are like, whether you like it or not, are not going to necessarily get fixed just if like me and you stop eating salami.
Yeah.
Right. So it's, it just feels like there's got to be a better way for these conversations to happen.
I mean, I think you just, that was like the major thing, and coming to that realization and being like, and being vegan, like you put so much of that on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this industry, it is an industry of pain and struggle and like, workers, the animals, like it's our system is broken a little bit, the food system, right? But there's fucking like 9 billion people on the planet.
Yeah.
Like this is food and this is how people are going to be fed. Like there's just, it's not as simple as like, we shouldn't eat animals. It's killing the planet. Everyone stop eating meat. Yeah. That's not going to happen. I think that the approach I'm at now is less of an extreme approach. And I still do evangelize a little bit like, hey, like, why don't we not, to my parents, like, or my brothers and sisters, like, why don't we not eat meat every meal? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like try just skipping it. I don't know if it needs to be on our plates 3 times a day, 7 days a week. I think if everyone just cut a little bit out, I think we'd be fine. Yeah,
but it's that mass change, right? It's mass change at scale. And I'm laughing just because my wife has just done the exact opposite thing. She was vegan for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Then when she started dating me, she became pescatarian, and now she's started introducing meat into her diet. I think we're eating meat like twice a day, every day now. So we've gone to like the extreme polar opposite. I definitely think we'll probably land somewhere that's going to be more of a happy medium. But for now, we're just like absolutely the worst in that sense. But, there's other things you can do too, like for the planet. Like it comes down to like the candidates you support, like the causes you volunteer for, the car you drive, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
well, this is all stuff that like as humans, we're going to give meaning to whatever meaning we want to give to, like whatever, like you like you can be vegan, but like you might be wearing clothes that were made in a sweatshop. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you,
LA Food Podcast merch, all made in sweatshops.
It's like, what do you want to decide to care about? You know what I mean? And like, that's where there's a bit of a disconnect in certain things. Yeah. I mean, did your wife, was she just like, yo, like this meat is, give me more. Like,
why did she start?
Yeah. No. I mean, like, what is it like a craving, or is she like just hyped on it?
No,
like,
she's just, she just basically like needed to start something different.
Yeah.
And like, just was like, hey, I've been doing this for a really long time. I'm going to try to reintroduce meat into my diet. And I think now that you do that, dude, when you go to like Whole Foods or something, you've probably been to Whole Foods a million times.
Yeah.
But you go for the first time with like a meat eater's eyes, all of a sudden it's a whole new universe of things that are open to you. Or you go to like, a McCall's or something, and you're like, oh my God, I would have never had anything to like in here before, and now I can have all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's just excitement at this point. So
well, I guess as somebody that like loves food too, it has been crazy. Like just like eating cheese and eggs again was like, it's like it's such a sacrifice to give all these things up. And I'm not saying it's not worth whatever sacrifice, depending on what meaning you have given it in your life. But like, holy shit.
yeah, it
Like,
felt good.
Unbelievable,
Yeah.
dude. We were lucky enough to go to the proper hotel in Santa Monica, and their breakfast burrito blew my fucking mind.
Dude, a breakfast burrito would be...
a tear might have like come down my cheek.
I believe it. Moved you.
Yes.
Okay, best breakfast burrito I've ever had. Palm Springs. You
Where?
said you didn't like Palm Springs food. I'm about to...
That's getting cut.
No, it's
That's
not
getting cut. Chef
on the
Tanya's
record.
vegan place, one of my favorite restaurants.
Chef
in the
Tanya,
world.
he's lying. He said there's no. He said there's no
the
good
Cubano.
food.
The Cubano is bomb.
No, actually, they have a killer Italian sandwich too. The Grinder with like a killer vegan Italian grinder, which I didn't know was possible, but they do it. So best breakfast burrito I've ever had, John's in Palm Springs. Have you been?
No,
Okay, it's this.
I'm gonna go.
It's this like very old school, nondescript diner. It's not even like a cute diner. It feels like an airport terminal, like a shitty airport terminal,
Yeah.
but it's got like a nice neon sign, John's. I love it. Their breakfast burrito is so simple. It's arguably a little under-seasoned, but the construction is immaculate. It's like got the thinly spread layer of eggs on the outside. So
Yeah.
it wraps everything inside it. It's got crispy hash browns, which I think is key.
Nice.
You can add meat, you can not. I usually don't. I usually just add avocado.
Yeah.
And you asked for the sour cream and their house-made salsa on the side.
Okay, you're a professional.
Dude, it is
Where's John's?
John's. It's like Palm Canyon, North Palm Canyon.
Okay.
So just like right on the main street in Palm Springs. And it is
Love a good breakfast burrito.
dude, this one is like, it's no frills, none of this fancy bullshit. Just absolutely like simplicity, perfection. We served it at the like morning after of my wedding.
Okay.
We got them, and there's two John's locations, one in Palm Springs and one in Palm Desert. The one in Palm Desert is significantly closer to where we were having our morning after party, but we know that the ones in Palm Springs are better than the ones in Palm Desert. So I had my co-host, my podcast co-host, Father Saul, literally drive out to the Palm Springs location, pick up the burritos, and bring them all the way back. He drove like an extra 40 minutes to do that.
That's a good friend right there.
Or just my threats worked on him.
Well,
I have a lot
Italian threats are scary.
Yeah, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Luca Brasi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best breakfast burrito in LA?
I really like my local breakfast burrito at Delia's in Eagle Rock. So it's just on York and what is that street? York and Eagle Rock.
Yeah, is that by Queen Street?
It's
like
close
on
to
the
Queen
same,
Street.
Yeah, like by Vinavore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really close to
Okay.
Vinavore. Delia's slaps. Really good breakfast burrito. Also simple. I like the fancier ones, the Kofaxes, the Wake and Lates and whatnot, but I just find like I gravitate towards simplicity
Okay.
with the breakfast burritos. What's your favorite?
I mean, honestly, that proper burrito was fire, but I have not had. Remember, I have like
you're just getting back into it.
I'm getting my feet wet.
Wait, how long have you been back in the meat game for?
So I hadn't had meat for 20 years. I went vegetarian when I was 19. So I'm like, I went out to dinner recently. I went to Horses with Lucky Nick.
You had
with
some
Nick
cat?
Camacho, and I ate some cat, and it was fucking delicious, dude. Holy shit! No, I actually ate a burger, and I felt fucking terrible. My body was like,
Really?
what is all these nutrients?
Wow.
It was tough. I felt like pretty gnarly, but I think it's just like your gut, your whole system is being shocked. But it was delicious. Everything was really good.
Yeah, it still hit the taste buds.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like I never not thought like any of it tasted good. It's just food does something for me that not many things can. Like just the look of it, the smell of it, like the taste of it, talking about it. It was such a great dinner. I mean, being out of the game for like 20 years, like Nick and Janet were kind of explaining to me like what everything was. It's dead.
We're going to Sap Coffee Shop, you and I, and we're ordering the blood larb.
What is that good?
It's delicious, absolutely incredible dish. The key is just don't ask what's in it.
Okay.
but
Blood
fantastic.
larb.
Yeah.
It just, that sounds, put some blood larb in the colander.
Exactly.
Stir it round.
It's very. Was that more Harry Potter or something else?
Yeah, that was like me being a wizard.
Yeah,
That was like, you're a wizard, Harry. Yeah.
Yeah. He probably would have fucked around with some blood larb.
100%. Yeah, well, I'm down. I'm game. I'm
Yeah.
like ready to eat ostrich or whatever they do these days.
Yeah. I don't know. I think ostrich is a little passe these days.
Oh, okay.
But you've been out of the game for a while.
Very long time. One of my favorite breakfast burritos back in the day, music days, was actually, before they sold, was Burrito King's. Burrito King had one of the fucking dankest.
Is that in Echo Park?
Yeah, it was the OG one, but it's sold. It's much different. This was like probably 2010, 2014.
Yeah.
Being super fucking hungover and getting their breakfast burrito. It was just a joy.
And what was it? Simple? Or
Dude,
what?
they had like you know those shitty hash browns you get from, you can buy frozen,
frozen
in
ones?
grocery
Yeah.
stores. Like it was had it in there, and like just the egg. I love a breakfast burrito with beans in it.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking huge. So
Yeah.
you could eat it all morning.
Probably pretty
Yeah.
inexpensive.
Yes, it was like $6.
Good luck. Can't
Yeah.
find that anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, I bet if I went right now, like I'm sure their burritos are more expensive.
Yeah.
but-
Have you been to Cafe Los Feliz?
Yeah, their
one-
breakfast
that
burrito
one's
is
lit.
fucking. That's my wife's favorite breakfast burrito.
She has great taste.
Yeah,
That was lit.
Yes, we've actually been meaning to go back there.
Yeah.
because of that.
Have you, now that you eat meat again, have you had it with the sujuk?
No,
Get it with the sujuk.
what the fuck is sujuk?
Sujuk is Armenian sausage. And it's got, because
Alright.
it's owned by Armenians, I believe.
Okay.
If not, they're just appropriating sujuk there, which
Okay.
is fine.
Yeah,
But basically,
sounds
like
cool.
they're, it's spiced in an interesting way. I think it's a beef sausage actually.
Yeah.
And it works like, it's kind of like a interesting twist on like a chorizo in your breakfast burrito.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
What is the goal with LA Countdown?
To count it all.
Do you already have you envisioned what is next? What the next food is next year? Do you have a game plan?
I don't. I always put it up to a vote. There's no plan with any of this, man. I just do what feels good. And I have fun with it. I love food. I love restaurants like you do. I love doing whatever I can to support restaurants. I love meeting people like you who are like in the scene and are like doing it. I find it so, I don't really get like starstruck or anything. But with like restaurateurs, I feel like I'm meeting like people I really look up to.
Yeah.
So I just love being in it, man. There's no goal other than doing what I'm doing right now, basically.
Did you asked this to Alexis on one of your last podcasts, but as a kid, did you go out a lot? Did you always love food? I mean, like being Italian,
Yeah.
the cliche would be yes, but
Yeah, I did. I think I was always ashamed of it though, because I was a fat kid. So I think I was always like, I love this so much, but I gotta hide how much I like it so that people don't make fun of me. So, but like, if I actually think back on it, that was like my favorite thing of any moment or any day. Like, and pizza specifically. Like, my grandma lived in Rome, and we would just like be walking back to her apartment from the market to like have lunch. We just bought everything for lunch, and I would beg her to stop at the local forno, the local oven, so that we could pick up a slice of their like pizza rossa, just like, very simple, only tomato sauce. You order it literally by the centimeter, slap it up, and I would be chomping on this thing on the way to lunch. Like that was my joy. So I've always been into it. And then I got into food writing and stuff like that when I moved to Los Angeles and learned about Jonathan Gold, honestly.
rest in peace.
R.I.P. What about you? You said you were in music though before.
Well, I want to ask, when did you get less fat?
Do you consider me less fat? Oh my God,
You
thank
are
you.
very skinny, my
Oh.
dude. Like when you say fat, how big we talking? Like, did you get on Ozempic?
I would have if it were an option for me as a chubby 12-year-old. Yeah, I was like,
Oh, you were 12? Come on, everyone's chubby when they're 12.
no, I think I lost it like probably like when I was 16, 17. So like going into high school, I think there was a fork in the road moment, and I took the road less traveled, basically, and lost some weight.
Less
So,
traveled?
I don't know.
Like Adderall?
I was trying to make like a Robert Frost thing, but like it didn't really work out so well. No, I mean, how many like teenagers do you know like go on diets? Not many, right?
No, like, but yeah, like you usually like kind of thin out. Everyone has like their fat phase.
Yeah. No, I needed
I'm
to like
in mine right now.
You are not fat at all. I needed to like intentionally go on a diet at like 16, 17 years old to lose weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did go on a diet.
I did. I
Nice.
found this like men's health diet and I made my mom cook it for me.
Or like chicken and rice.
It was like bunch chicken,
Yeah.
bunch of like shit like that. But the thing is, I didn't realize that every single recipe was for 4 people. So she was cooking me portions for 4 people. And I was eating enough food for 4 people, and I still lost weight. That's how.
Damn, dude,
yeah.
you were fucking hitting it hard.
I was hitting it hard.
Where did you grow up?
Switzerland and England.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
my guy. World traveler over here.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
Like, like, after you say that, like, Seattle sounds like pretty fucking lame.
I love Seattle. I was just there.
Switzerland and England? Where's your
Seattle-
accent, dude?
Seattle-
Are your parents, are they like, what are they?
My parents are in Switzerland. They actually own a restaurant.
Oh,
My mom
goodness.
cooks for a living.
What kind of restaurant?
It's an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
But they took over a Swiss restaurant and basically turned it into an Italian restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Which was a very controversial move in the town where they are from. So it's taken a little time to like get the locals on board with their Italian food, but slowly but surely they've been able to do it.
So that's where they still live.
They still live there,
Do they
still
speak,
run it.
Do they
day and
speak
night.
Swiss?
They don't. They don't even speak Swiss. They've been there for 20 years and they have not assimilated.
That's great.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to learn Swiss?
No, but I can imagine.
So I learned Swiss by playing soccer with,
So you can speak Swiss?
not anymore, but I could while I was there.
Okay.
I haven't lived there for like 15 years
Yeah.
and there's not too many opportunities to speak it here. But over there, I learned it playing soccer, and the kids I played with on my soccer team were all like Eastern European immigrants and refugees. So like I learned this very specific brand of Swiss German
Yeah.
where I spoke it with like an Eastern European accent.
Yeah.
So when I would speak to like my friends who spoke actual Swiss German, they'd be like, yo, why do you sound like you're from Albania or something like that? So yeah, that was my my Swiss German.
Wow. Well, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, it was good. But Seattle's cool too, man. That's where
Seattle's cool.
it's the
Every
Switzerland
place
of
is
the PNW.
Like, it is the Switzerland of the Pacific Northwest. You know, that's what they say out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any place can be cool. You know, it's like what you make of it, right?
It's true.
But Seattle was a cool place to grow up in. Were you going to ask me the same question
Which one?
about food?
I was gonna ask you, yeah, you said you did music. How'd you
my
get
God.
into the food world?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but actors, they go become waiters and bartenders, and pizza and musicians they go to pizza shops.
Dude, it's so funny because I was just thinking about this a little while ago. How many people I know in pizza used to be in music? It's tons.
It's a perfect restaurant job for a musician because it's always flexible, probably more flexible than like a regular restaurant. There's less responsibility for the most part. And if you have a cool boss, you can go on tour and come back and still have a job. And also, like, I know delivering like in-house delivery systems are basically on their way out, if not gone completely. But that was where I came from. And like the pizza delivery driver was like the essential fucking perfect job for a musician. I mean, like, you're in your car, you can listen to your mixes, you're delivering pizza, you're making fucking tons of money. I still say it today, it was like the best job of my life.
What pizzeria did you work at?
I cut my teeth, as they say, down the block at Tomato Pie Pizza Joint.
I love tomato pie pizza
I love
joint.
tomato pie too. It was a bit of a tumultuous break with them because I was like turning 30 and I probably was not the greatest employee at the end. A lot of resentment I had built up and I did not leave in a great way. But
Did you just like set something on fire? And
I went to a Christmas party. I just got like too hammered and like a lot of resentment and bad things came up that I should have been having conversations with the incredible manager and owners there. And I think it was time for me to leave. I'd been there for 6 years.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like what set me on my path to purgatory. But
Did you learn to make pizza there?
I learned like fundamentals. Mostly their management program was like managers would cut the pizzas and expedite, and then somebody was on the phone. So that then there would be a kitchen manager. But like Purgatory is really where I came into my own as a pizza chef, and like really saw what you could do. And I got into sourdough and it got crazier and crazier. But yeah, I mean, fucking working at Tomato Pie, Postmates, like third party delivery. Yeah. They were doing on the Academy Awards. They were doing like upwards to $14,000 to $15,000, and you're taking like 40, 50 deliveries, and there's 6 drivers there. Like,
Jesus.
It was like the wild west. It was insane. Pizza delivery drivers, we were making more than like our bartender friends.
Why is the Academy Awards the night?
I think it was the neighborhood, and I don't know if the neighborhood's changed, because this is also now like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. But the Academy Awards night was fucking crazier than Super Bowl there.
Wow, that's nuts.
And
Only
maybe
in LA.
maybe people gave a shit more about that. I don't know. But it was I remember, I'll never forget, the ticket printer was just, I was sitting. It was
like the bear?
But I was sitting at the ticket printer and I was collecting them. And I didn't lose them. I had all these tickets in my hands because they had a rail that was probably 15 feet across full of fucking tickets.
Yeah.
Like it got to a point at almost 8:30 where it was like, we're not going to be able to fulfill all these tickets.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's my nightmare. I mean, I've never been in that situation. The closest I've got is I used to slice pies at a place called the Pie Hole in the Arts District.
Yeah.
And that was my nom. You know, like I was in the kitchen there slicing up pies and like serving it up.
Yeah.
And the tickets would come in on like a Friday night when it was like at the height of its popularity.
Yeah.
And I still have nightmares about that, about like having to like catch up and being behind on pie orders. Some of them are in the oven, some of them are burning, and like, so yeah, that's the closest I've gotten to that.
Those times at Tomato Pie has kind of fueled where I'd like to be, like all the time. Because when you can see how a restaurant, like a pizzeria that can get that fucking busy, they can do 500 tickets. Like, I love being in the weeds. Tiffany would tell you that she loves being in the weeds. Do you like being in the weeds, Tiffany? Yeah, like you'll like real fucking like ride or die restaurant people, because that's when it's like, fuck, it's go time.
You're in.
Yeah, like you're locked in. There's tickets going. Like everyone finds their groove, and there's a certain energy there. Yeah, and it's like a high that I'm chasing. Yeah, it's really like that $15,000, that $10,000 night. We had them at Purgatory, like $10,000 nights during fucking COVID. Yeah, when it's all coming out of a fucking door. Yeah, like it was wild. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I mean, COVID, there was there was so many rules, but there was no rules. You know what I mean?
I do.
Anyways, I'm getting all fucking amped up right here.
I feel like you need to go like make some pizza or something.
I probably need to meditate or some shit. Chill out.
Wait, and then I just want to know, what kind of music did you make?
It was like the MGMT, like Justice, Blog House era. So it was kind of like synth pop. And then I like kind of got into like alternative rock and roll.
Well, like, are there band comps?
Mac DeMarco, Tame Impala, cool. Like kind of era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you go on tour and stuff, or like Freddie bands that we would know of?
Well, I mean, you can still go check out Lexicon Dawn on Spotify.
Lexicon Dawn.
And Frogtown. We just like recently just put our catalog out. It used to be up on Bandcamp, but
called Frogtown?
It was called Frogtown. Our rehearsal studio was in Frogtown.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was awesome. I miss performing on stage, but if I had treated that job like a job, maybe I wouldn't be having these conversations, you know?
But you treat pizza like a job.
I do. Because it is a job for sure.
So folks coming to Hot Tongue, and look, I gotta say, like, man, I feel like I gotta apologize for pigeonholing you as a vegan restaurant on that list. Especially, I gotta say, like, to be fair, when I first tried you guys, you were
100%
a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
I got to come back and try the non-vegan options sometimes. But if folks are coming to Hot Tongue for the first time, what do you tell them to get?
We usually tell them to get everything.
Okay.
That is usually, they say, what's good? And we say, you're looking at it. And it's everything in the case.
And they think you're like inviting them to like date you or something? Like,
yeah, I mean, we're open to anything, and because the customer is always right. So, I mean, like, if they want to like pop over to the counter, make a pizza. No, I'm just joking. But no, that's usually the choice. Whether it's vegan or you're getting a pepperoni, like it is going to be good if you like pizza. I think what's fun to see now, having both, is, you know, people are more open. People are more open to come in because there's cheese and there's meat, and they're more open to try the vegan stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because they are comfortable enough to have the stuff that they love to eat.
Yeah.
And cheese and meat is delicious, and so is the other stuff that we make. So I would just tell them, to pick any slice, because it's going to be fucking amazing.
I like that. It's like slice roulette. You back them all equally.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put them on the menu or have made them or had them out on display if we didn't want every single one of those slices eaten.
I feel like you say that, but like I feel like there are restaurateurs out there who are like, yeah, I have this on the fucking menu, but I don't really.
I resent those people.
But it exists, right?
Yeah, but if I feel like I have to put something on the menu, which sometimes you feel like you have to do, all right, if I have to do this, we're gonna make this the fucking best gluten-free pizza that we possibly can. We're gonna make our own dough. It's gonna be something that I occasionally am gonna like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna eat a gluten-free slice today.
Yeah.
You know, like you there's an intention, and there is love behind every item.
Yeah.
And really, pizza's a preference anyway. So it's like, if you come in and you see jalapeno or onion or mushroom on something, you're like, that's not for me. Then like, great, eat a cheese pizza.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you say, but also like some people come into a pizza establishment and judge it entirely off of whether you even have a jalapeno or a pineapple on your menu. They're like, if you have a jalapeno or a pineapple, I'm not even going to come into your pizza restaurant.
I feel bad for those people. It's like, you're missing out on life.
Are you a pineapple on pizza kind of guy?
I'm whatever you want on pizza.
Yeah.
You could do some weird shit. I don't care. It's your pizza.
What's the weirdest shit you've ever done or had done to you on pizza?
I don't know if we can talk about that on the pod. No. The weirdest stuff that I see is just people putting way too many toppings on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about like what it is you like on your pizza, because food is so subjective. Like, when I feel like the integrity of my product is now being like messed with because of the amount of toppings you're putting on something, you want to like kind of shake somebody and be like, no.
Yeah.
Because after 4 toppings, you're making like, it's a bread bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like pineapple and caramelized onions and black olive and on a white pizza with buffalo sauce does not sound that good to me.
No, ungodly.
Yeah, but you know, if that's for you, great. And that's your choice.
Yeah, that is the beauty of it. It's all dealer's choice, and sometimes like the weirdest shit actually ends up working for some reason.
Oh, 100%.
And that's the most beautiful. That's the most beautiful when that happens.
When the magic happens.
Yeah.
What is your favorite pizzeria in Los Angeles?
You can't do me like that.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Why? It's a subjective thing.
Well, and that's the thing, right? I actually can't say that. Meaning like I don't have one favorite pizzeria. And because I get asked this all the time, and I get asked, where should I go for pizza? And I think the main thing is like, what type of pizza are you in the mood for? Or do you like? And it's the same goes for me. It's like, depending on what type of pizza I want.
I'm looking for like a thin New York style crust. Like where do I go, Luca?
Thin New York style crust. Okay, if you want like, I would go to either Secret Pizza or I'd go to Shin's Pizza. I really like
Shout
these
out
days.
Sean, baby.
And or you know, if I want something really down and dirty, I might go to Vito's. You know, so especially if I want the old school.
Yes.
So, but I don't know if those are my favorite, but there's slices
that's who you
I like.
Like that's why I'm your friend, and I'm asking like,
yeah,
yo, we're in town. Where
we're
do
going.
we go?
We're going.
That's where we're going.
But then again, if we're by the Arts District, we might stop by Pane Bianco for one of theirs. You know, it just depends. And that's the thing about LA. Depending on where you are, you can have like choose your own adventure of pizza.
Yeah, well, that's the crazy thing of like how big this fucking city is and how many pizzerias there are, you know, and how many pizzerias people probably don't even know about.
I think so many. I mean, I don't even know. There's one across the street I haven't even been to.
A pizza cafe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy. And Naughty Pie Nature opened up the street where Slasher used to be.
Right.
And I mean, back in the day, dude, it just used to be Hard Times. Hard Times Pizza used to be over here by Gelson's.
Yeah.
And that was the shit.
The game in town.
That was like the shit. Like they had this banner that just said best LA Times best pizzeria.
I remember
what
that.
Like I would say that like Tomato Pie, they were way before Prime was here.
Yeah.
Like they had been doing it like in that way like longer than anyone else has been doing it. 2006.
Hard Times?
No.
Tomato Pie.
Tomato Pie.
Yeah,
Hard
right.
Times was even before that, but Hard Times has changed a lot. And it's in Echo Park now.
Yeah. And then, I mean, another one that often gets brought up when you talk about pizza in this area is like Garage.
Yeah, Garage Pizza.
Yeah.
Similar time, I think, after Tomato Pie, but
Yeah.
I've wanted to sit down and talk with the owner. He seems like a crazy guy. Their social media presence, I love. It's out there.
Well, and their toppings are crazy too. Like they have that burger and pickle pie.
Yeah.
That it works.
Yeah.
It works. It's delicious.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't knock it until you try it. You know?
Yeah. What's your favorite pizza in Los Angeles?
Oh, Lucky Nick.
Lucky Nick. I love Lucky Nick. And again, if somebody's asking me for like, what's a great wood-fired pie, I'd be like, check out one. I think he's popping up at Little Ripper soon.
Yeah.
Like, go check that out.
22nd. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I live in Glassell, but yeah. Lucky Nick, I just think he's also just like a gem of a human being.
Yeah. Well, you guys both have that musician thing going on.
He's just like, it's like, I don't even like Neapolitan wood fire pizza is like not my favorite, but like every time I've had it, it's just been like, fuck, this is good.
His is lights out. And he understands flavors really well.
Let's wrap this up. I'm going to ask you a question I ask all of my guests, which is the most important question of the pod. Well, who is the greatest artist or band of all time?
I'm blanking on literally every artist that has ever made music right now. So I'm going to go with recency bias. And my recency bias, and it's going to say a lot about me, but it's the 1975.
Nice, dude.
I'm a 1975 head.
Oh, you know who loves that? Matt's wife.
Matt's wife?
Casey loves the 1975.
Casey seems like a wonderful human being.
Yeah, well, he 1975 is a great band. Have you seen them live?
Many times,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw their show at the Bowl, and I just love them. I mean, obviously, like it's a little tongue-in-cheek to say they're the best of all time, but
I love it.
I
love such a new band being the greatest band of all time.
Sometimes the recent people perfect the art form.
That's 100%. That's 100%. I couldn't agree more with that.
I got to ask you a question I ask everybody at the end of the LA Food Podcast. What are you most proud of?
Well, I'm most proud of, in pizza, I'm most proud of the team that I'm working with right now. The managers and the general manager, Michael and Andrew, and just the vibe that we have here and being able to come in here and hang out with these people and be able to have a life outside of this restaurant, to be able to do this podcast, to be able to, not be an absentee father and husband, and just be able to have a life and just trust these people and watch the people and the team at Hot Tongue grow. I mean, I think that's always been like the biggest fulfilling thing, is like being part of somebody else's journey and then watching them probably become better than I am at my own craft. And that's probably what I'd be most proud of.
It's a great answer. Almost as good as my 1975
Yeah,
answer.
almost as good as the 1975. I just want to, I was getting close. All right. Well, where do we go to check out LA Countdown?
LA Countdown. You can find me at the LA Countdown on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. We're on YouTube now as well. You can also find us at LA Food Pod on Instagram, and we're on YouTube as well.
What days do your pods drop?
Fridays. What days?
Such Fridays.
Fridays.
Such a
That's
good
the pod day.
It's coming. You're gonna get a double dip.
Double dip.
That's right.
It's like dipping your crust in ranch.
Yeah, and if you ain't doing it, you're missing out.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at you, Aussies. Come get some ranch, baby. Come on, Chris.
I love it.
All right, thank you, dude.
Thank you, man. Thanks for listening to another episode of the LA Food Podcast, and thanks to Pie to Pie, Alex Koons, and his producer Matt Polizzi for having us on. It was a real blast talking to them and kind of fun to switch things up and get interviewed a little bit for a change. You know, Father Saul is great and all, but he doesn't exactly ask me a lot of questions. I want to feel heard sometimes too, okay? Look, if you like what you heard here today, please go to wherever you listen to podcasts, leave us a rating, review, subscribe if you should be so inclined. Seriously, all those things really help us make our way up the charts on Spotify, Apple, and all other platforms where podcasts are heard. We'll be back next week with a pretty epic episode, and I'm just going to say it's Top Chef related, so get excited. But if you're looking for me in the meantime, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at the LA Countdown. That's TheLACountDown. You can also find me on YouTube at youtube.com/@the LA Countdown. And you can find us on Instagram at LA Food Pod, LAFOOD POD.